Okay, I'm going to solve this equation by factoring. So I'm going to factor this into product of binomials. First term, 7x squared, x times 7x, and then the last term, negative 2. The only factors of 2, it's 1 and 2. Now, I'm trying to determine if I have the right factorization here, and I can easily check that by multiplying the inner two terms together. That's going to give me a 7x, and then the outer two terms, that's a 2x. But there's no way to make a negative 13 out of those two numbers if I add them together, so that's the wrong factorization. Now, if I switch these two numbers, put the 2 here and the 1 here, that may work out, so let's check that. So let's put the 2 here and the 1 here. We multiply the inner two terms. That's going to be 14x. And then the outer two, that's going to give me a 1x. Now, I can get negative 13x out of this if this 2 is negative and this 1 is positive. If this 2 is negative, that's going to give me a negative 14x, and then the positive 1. If I add those two terms together, I'm going to get a negative 13x, and that's what I'm looking for here as this middle term. So that's the correct factorization. So now that I factored this, I'm going to go ahead and solve it. I'm going to set each factor equal to 0. So if I add 2 to both sides, I have x is equal to 2. And I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. I get 7x equals negative 1. And then finally just divide both sides by a 7. So x is a negative 1 over 7. And that's the solution. 2 and a negative 1/7.